I want to thank everybody for tuning into a special edition. Steelers pre-snap. I'm Luther Dupree. Also, of course, as always, Claudio Rosano, Smokin Jim Frazier. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to get it started with our just a quick review. Once again, I'm right. You know, when I said it, Bill made a very disgusting statement. I said the Steelers were going to go on a roll and could win 8 or 9 games. He asked me if I was smoking crack out of the country. Well, Jim, once again, I'm right. They're on a nice little roll. Let's start with you, Jim, because you have gone wrong maybe 2 or 3 weeks in a row. What were your thoughts about the Falcons game review?
Hey, I'm very proud. Hey, can you hear me, Lou?
We hear you now, yeah.
Lou.
We hear you.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a team that refuses to quit. Got to give Coach Tomlin and his coaching staff credit for not losing the team. And it's another big one coming up.
Okay. All right. Short and sweet. You didn't accept your loss, but okay. Claudio?
Welcome to the MFL, as I say weekly, the Mediocre Football League. It's just mediocre football, but the Steelers did what they had to do as a coach, as a staff, as a team. You win. And I tell you what, that kicker, that Matthew Wright, man, he's looking nice. He's you never know what you're going to get with a field goal kicker. He's looking really good, confident. 12 points, I believe he had. Still not with Pickett. Bar set low. Everybody's going crazy, but they won the game.
Yeah, well, you can say that, guys. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. I'm seeing progress, and that's what you wanted. You know, people were talking 3, 4, number 1 pick. The guys are getting better. Kenny Pickett is getting better. He's been playing a clean game. You know, he's making throws. You got to do a better job of getting George Pickens the ball so he doesn't pout on the sideline and go to AB route. But other than that, he's making improvement. The offensive line has gotten better and better each week. Running game has improved. We're doing all this with TJ Watt. He's clearly not healthy, but the defense has been solid even without that. Mika Fitzpatrick ends the game with another game and an interception. All right. Terry French. Hey, what's up, Terry? He says, hey, guys. Ralph, good morning, guys. Good morning, Ralph. All right. We got Terry. Gritty win, showing more efficiency. Only 1 3 and out. Still no interceptions since the bye week. Najee had a strong day. Deontay drops and still second. No TDs all year. Yeah, but when the game was on the line, that's who Pickett went to, and he did, come back and make a catch. But I know it's frustrating for George Pickens. Box of MMA 365. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Eric Witt. Good morning, gentlemen. 2 in a row wins. Can we make it 3? I think so. Tomlin get Pickens under control. All right. Looks like we might be peaking at the right time. Yes. I think we're getting better. Things are working out. Claudio, what's on your huddle up, buddy? What do you have for us?
All right. I talked to Jim the other day. We were talking about the 70s is known for what? All the great running backs, right? But don't forget, you had a lot. I don't know the stats, but if you look at the pass per attempt in the 70s, I guarantee you it's a lot higher than it is now with all these genius offensive coordinators. Mike Tomlin says, don't live in your fears. I think all offensive coordinators just about are living in their fears with the dink and dunk and the yards after catch. Go deep a little bit. Open things up a little bit. It's boring, in my opinion. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, the Pickens thing. Again, Smokin Jim last week sent you and I a text, Luther, when Deontay Johnson was targeted the first pass of the game a few more times after that. And pretty much Jim paraphrased and said, when you pout, when you get upset, the squeaky wheel gets oiled, basically. The coaches, Tomlin has to put a stop to that. Not agree with it, not say it's okay. He has to take him and say, look, that's a bad look. I know me personally, there is no way in hell that I'd ever let anybody, if I was an assistant, head coach, trainer, ball boy, I ain't letting anybody talk to me that snap around or do that. Talk to me as a man, as a professional. Because if not, it's going to spread rampant. This guy's going to want to do it. This guy's want to do it. And all hell breaks loose, and you don't have control of the team. Can't do that.
Okay. All right. Smokin Jim.
Yeah, I agree with everything Claudio said, and also, I told you guys on draft day that George Pickens, was the best rookie receiver to come in the league in a long time, but he was never going to run great. He's never going to run patterns. He was going to be a problem. He was going to be a diva, and all those things came true. I also told you, Lou, that I was proud of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the way they played against Cincinnati. I'm the only one on the planet that's seen the Super Bowl potential with Cincinnati when they wasn't playing well. And now I guess everybody is agreeing with me after they beat Kansas City. But I just would like to say,
Jim. Come on, Jim. You got to keep up on your minutes, brother. It looked like we lost him again. Jim, come out and come back in. Listen, Claudio, my prophetic thoughts. I think, I agree with what you said about Pickett. You got to get it under control. But you can look at it two ways. You got to look at it being selfish or being a competitor. When you're open and you see another guy's getting passes and he's dropping stuff all over the field, and you're open. And if you look at the tape, there are some plays where he's open. You need to get the ball. I don't know about all that yelling. He could go up he needs to get some maturity about him, go up to Kenny Pickett. Hey, Kenny, I'm open. I need the ball. But I have a problem with Matt Canada. When you got a talent like that, you need to give him at least 2 deep balls a half. Just throw it up there. One-on-one, give him a chance to make a play. Open it up. This is a guy that we've seen incredible catches on the sideline, incredible one-handed touchdown catches. Give him a chance to make a play. The offense is moving the ball, no 1 and 3s, but they're still, in my opinion, lacking those big explosive plays. And that's how you become a better team, more effective. We need to open it up a little bit. All right? But that's right. So we'll wait for Jim to come back. All right, let's go back into this. Frank Jackson. Salute, fellas. Salute, Frank.
Frank.
He says that happens all the time. I guess he's talking about guys on the sideline. Agree with Claudio. Got to manage your team. Great advice. All right, when Ben throw for 6 touchdowns against the Ravens, Kenny Pickett has the weapons to do it now. Ooh. Just need to get a better playbook and OC. I don't know. We don't have those type of weapons, Terry. Come on. Terry Pickett is definitely a competitor. I like his spirit. I like his spirit, too. Let's hope he keeps his head on straight. And we're just going to keep moving on until Jim gets back in here and go with our defensive recap. So Steelers D versus the Ravens offense. What are your thoughts? Who has the advantage, Claudio?
Go back real quick. I'm sorry. I agree with you. I like the passion, but there's a way to do it. You don't go snapping on everybody. It's just a bad look. Okay, go to them professionally, or like you said to Kenny Pickett, hey, I am open. There's a way to do it. You don't have to be so demonstrative out, so everybody sees it, because it's just a bad look. Now, Steelers D. The Steelers D is, I give them credit. They're hustling. They're making big plays. I like the advantage over them, especially since Jackson is out, who, in my opinion, is an elite quarterback. I know a lot of people might not agree with that. I've always liked him from day one. He is a weapon. He is dangerous, but he's out. Tyler Huntley has some ability. Let's not sleep on him, okay? I think today he's going to probably run the ball between 10 and 13 times. How many are designed? Maybe half and half. Okay, but he can be effective today. And last week, he threw a lot of dink and dunks as well. He's going to try to hit a lot of tight ends, even the wide receivers like DeVarnay, Edwards, or Andrews, and tight end. He's going to try to throw short passes. So that means the Steelers are going to have to just cover that area of the field. If the Steelers know what you're going to do, if the Steelers defense knows what you're going to do, and they're going to be tough.
Okay. All right, let's see if Jim is back. Jim, are you back with us? Steelers D versus the Ravens offense. What are your thoughts?
I think it should be, a great rivalry. I would give the Steelers defense the edge.
Okay, yeah. I clearly stated Steelers defense has the edge against this Ravens offense. Of course, we got to deal with Matt Andrews, who's going to be a problem because our linebackers have never been able to cover Mark Andrews. But as far as Huntley, I think we'll be able to keep him down. He didn't have a great game last week, but he pulled it out in the end. Very good backup quarterback, has some mobility, but he's not Lamar Jackson. Nobody is. And that offense is built for Lamar Jackson. So I think we could hold their offense as long as our offense is not turning the ball over. I think we'll be able to hold them to about 10, 13 points. And I think we'll do okay. Not really afraid of the receivers. Their best receivers is the tight end, who's probably maybe the first or second best receiver. DeMarcus Robinson, Duvernay. Now, J.K. Dobbins is supposed to be back. Now, he's had a couple decent games against us in the past, but he's coming off that knee injury. I don't think he's going to be a big factor. Let's jump into the comments real quick. All right, Terry French says Terry Huntley is a good backup. Ravens, no TDs first, second, third quarter last game. Justin Tucker, money. Our D could dominate their O. I definitely agree. Frank Johnson, y'all got to stop crying about Pickens. All receivers want the ball. If a wide receiver doesn't want the ball, I don't want him. Okay. Steelers D. All right, Eric, Steelers D need to not underestimate the backup quarterback, or history shows we will lose. True. All right. Hey, let's jump up to the next subject. How about our offense? Claudio, you wanted to jump in?
Sorry. Sometimes he's less dangerous than he is outside of the pocket. Do you think that's something the Steelers are going to try to contain? I'm asking you both, contain Huntley in the pocket, because if he gets out, he might be more trouble. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I'll jump in first. Yeah, I think we definitely want to keep him in the pocket. He's very mobile, not Lamar Jackson mobile, but he's a very mobile quarterback. He can make plays with his legs, and he gets out and get outside the pocket and make some bigger plays to Mark Andrews down the field. So, yeah, I think we got to keep him in. Hopefully T.J. Watt is more himself, and him and Highsmith can make it a rough day for him. They do have their offensive line is okay. They have the young guy. I thought we could have gotten Tyler Lindenbaum. He's doing well at center for them. But, yeah, I think I'd like to keep him in the center. How about you, Smokin Jim?
The Ravens defense has an advantage over the Pittsburgh Steelers offense.
You just skipped over Claudio's question.
No, what was the question?
About Tyler Huntley's keeping him in the pocket.
Oh, yeah. It's always best to keep a black quarterback in the pocket.
Okay, Jim. Yeah. Byron Leftwich was a real scared, Jim. All right. Anyway. I can't with you, man. Hey, let's go to fantasy sit or start. Claudio's favorite quarterback in the NFL, Kenny Pickett. Will you sit or start him?
Sit him, especially against Baltimore. He is a manager. Again, I never said he was awful. He's a great third-round pick.
You come close to saying he's awful. You come close to saying he's awful, Claudio.
Sorry?
I said you've come close to saying he's awful. You've got real close.
Again, he's not a franchise quarterback. He's going to manage. You can get a free agent to manage. He's going to make some splash plays. Let me say this about him real quick. If he was playing for another team, I think the Pittsburgh fans, it's my opinion, would say, man, I can't wait to play him. But that sit or start him, definitely sit him. And we didn't talk about the Pittsburgh O against the Baltimore D, but that's up to you. You're the boss.
Well, we did. That's what we were talking. That's what we were on. All right, but jump in. Go ahead. How about our offense versus the Ravens defense?
Najee is running strong. You got to give him the ball, not just running, like I said before, throw it to him as well. I do think Baltimore is going to cover that middle of the field. So you do have a talent like Pickens. Go deep. I keep saying it every week. Open things up. Open things up. You have weapons. Use them all. Just don't key on Pickens. And really don't just key. I like the pass to Hayward last week. I thought that was a great call. It was a surprise for everybody. Open things up a little bit. You're going to have to against the Baltimore defense. You cannot go punch for punch against this Baltimore defense. You're going to have to do something crazy. I always say this. If you're going to fight a guy like Mike Tyson one-on-one, you're not going to fight him one-on-one. So you're going to get a stick, get some dirt, do something crazy. and not just jet sweep. Open things up a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is a very evenly matchup. Najee's not going to have a good game against the Ravens defense. You know, they have one of the best linebackers in football, in Roquan Smith from Chicago. I was hoping earlier in the year that we could have got him for Chase Claypool. Remember, I called for that trade early in the year, try to get rid of Claypool and bring in Roquan Smith. Ravens did what I thought the Steelers should do. But I kind of give the advantage to the Ravens defense in this one. You know, Kenny Pickett has never played against a Ravens defense. We're not going to really be able to run the ball, even though Marcus Peters has been very beatable this year. He's given up a couple game-winning touchdown passes and is starting to show his age a little bit. So that's something I think we can exploit. Marlon Humphreys, I think, is a top cornerback for us. But I think George Pickens, Deontay Johnson can get Peters. He's starting to show a little age as of late, and he's been getting beat more than I've seen him get beat in a long, long time. So I do give a slight advantage to the Ravens, but I don't think our offense will have to do so much this game. You know, if we can put up 17, 20 points, I think that's going to be enough. Smokin Jim, your thoughts?
I would sit Kenny Pickett against Bishop McDavid. I mean, there's no way. I already did my O versus the D, so I would sit Kenny Pickett almost against any team in the National Football League and fantasy football.
I agree with you on this one. I say sit Kenny Pickett. I don't think he's going to have a great game against this Ravens defense. All right, how about Moo? Pat Freiermuth. You start him, Claudio, or you sit him?
Hopefully start him because he's going to be the main target. Whenever you don't go deep and you go take and dunk, and from what he did last week, yards after catch, which he's not really known for, but I'm still going to go with play him.
Okay. All right. Smokin Jim, Moo, Penn State alum. What do you think? Sit or start him?
All pro caliber tight end, in my opinion. You got to start him.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I like Moo. He's showing more explosiveness and power after he's caught the ball. Great hands. You know, last year looked like he was just a touchdown guy. He's showing there's more to his game. You know, people mentioned Travis Kelce-like ability. I think he's getting better and better. I'm starting him every game. How about Najee? I say sit him. I don't think he's going to have a great game against that Ravens run defense. He's going to split carries. I say sit him. Claudio?
You know, I still like him a lot. I still think he has a chance to be a big-time running back. I like the way he runs, the hardness he runs with, the power. Jim, you may remember a guy named Benny Malone who used to really hit the ground with those feet. He doesn't have that dramatic running style, but he runs hard. Having said all that, Baltimore's only giving up 3.8 a rush. And like you said, Luther, they're going to split him a little bit, which I do not like. I'm going to say, I said play him last week, and I was right. I say sit him this week.
Okay. All right. Jim, Najee, the guy you like so much out of Florida.
Well, Claudio made a great analogy, as usual, the bow-legged wonder. You know, the guy that called Claudio Malone was a bow-legged running back that ran hard for the Green Bay Packers and was great in college too. I would start Najee.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. I gave my opinion. I said no. All right, Pickens on the sideline, wanting the ball. People said, is he AB 2.0? Smokin Jim, starter sit Pickens today.
Again, I told you guys on draft day, this guy will never, ever run a pattern in the National Football League. People were saying he runs lazy routes. He refuses to run any routes. Listen, you win championships when everybody's pulling the rope in the same direction. He's pulling the rope anywhere he wants to. Coach Tomlin's going to kiss his behind this week because he cried like he kissed Johnson's behind last week after he cried. So look for George Pickens to have a big game. I would definitely start him this week in fantasy football.
Yeah, I'm definitely starting Pickens. He should have got the ball more last week. I agree. I think they had a conversation with Kenny Pickett. I think Matt Canada is going to make a point to get him the ball, and I think he can beat, especially if he's matched up on Peters. Peters is showing some wear and tear. I say start him. I think he's going to have a big game. Claudio.
Hey Luther. Hey Luther. Hey
Oh,
Luther.
hey
Hey
Jim.
Luther.
Hey
Hey
Jim.
Luther. Hey Luther. I'm going out on a limb right now. It'd be announced at 12:55. If I was the coach, George Pickens would be cut. He could never play for my football team.
Yeah, Jim, that's terrible. All right, whatever, man. Whatever.
Hey, Luther, that was a record. That was six Hey Luthers.
Right. We never had that many.
Hey, I know what Jim's talking about. Again, me personally, when people say, what kind of player do you want? I want a good person who can play. I'm not saying he's a bad person. He just has to be. So, look, that's not how we conduct ourselves here. But anyway, Pickens, I'm never going to go against Jim Frazier whenever he talks about wide receivers or pitchforks. Okay? Now, I'm going to say Pickens is going to have, and Smokin Jim again, send a text. Deontay Johnson complained. He was the main target. Pickens complained. He's going to be a big-time target. But aside from that, he is a talent and a half. You have to use him properly. Use him properly. I play him.
All right. Let's see. Terry French. TJ Watt is still not 100%. We aren't the sack-producing team as in the past. That's true. Ralph Williams. Chris Boswell returns. He better get back because that young boy was kicking. All right, Eric Witt. Get Dr. Smokin Jim some coffee to wake up. Yes. And a new cell phone. Get rid of that Obama phone, Jim. All right, Eric Witt. Sit him this week. Low yards and low points. Terry. The O-line needs to keep defense off the field. O-line is allowing Kenny Pickett to think and complete passes. But yeah, they've gotten a lot better. Defense needs to create turnovers and even get some points. All right, Ralph. Eric, start on future Gronk. Terry said receivers must step up. Only 2 targets to Pickens. What gives? Drops it with 11 targets. Still no TDs.
Yeah, that's right.
Eric, agree with Smokin. Pickens is big game today. All right. Ralph, hey, Luther. All right. Appreciate that. All right, let's go to Deontay Dropson. Is he going to be Dropson or Deontay Johnson today? Claudio, what are we getting? Do you sit or start him?
Catches. But he didn't complain this week, so I don't think he's going to get a lot of. I'm going to say attention. Sit him. I'm sorry.
Sit him. Smokin Jim, your buddy. Your good buddy.
Hey, I gotta sit him until he ties Hayward's touchdown record of 1. until he gets that, I'm sitting him.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, last week I thought he'd have a bigger week. I thought he would get his breakout, and it didn't happen. For the first time in weeks, I was wrong. I'm going to say sit him this week. I'm going to say sit him. I don't know if they're going to have Humphreys on him a lot of the game, but I say sit him. I don't think he gets off the snap right now. All right, let's jump back into these. Terry French, trade him. Nobody's trading for him with that contract. Eric Witt, sit him. He takes the record this season for most drop passes over Jefferson with 6. Wow. All right, let's go back over to the Ravens and Mark Andrews. We'll start with the black guy, Smokin Jim. Do you sit or start him?
Oh, man, what a great weapon he is. All heart and ability. You got to start Andrews.
Start Andrews, okay. I start him every week. I got him on one of my teams, and he eats. Even with backup quarterback, he gets the ball. So I say start him. And traditionally, lately, our linebackers and safeties have been leaving him wide open in the middle of the field. I say start him. Claudio?
Definitely start him. Usually, tight end is a safety valve, but nowadays, he's the main target. And when you have a talent like him, Hughes and Luke, you make great points about the Steeler D against tight ends. You definitely have to start Andrews today. Definitely.
All right. How about backup quarterback Tyler Huntley? Any relation to Richard Huntley, who used to be a running back for us? No. Smokin Jim.
Richard Richard Huntley from Winston-Salem State.
Yeah, he had the most prettiest runs with the worst fumbles at the goal line. I've never seen a guy look like Barry Sanders and then get to the goal line and he's Deontay Dropson at the 1 yard line.
But he could throw them hands in the locker room. He definitely could throw hands better than Pac-Man Jones.
Oh,
but I would start him this week.
You're starting Huntley? Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
Claudio.
Pitchforks wide receivers. I'm going with Jim. I say start him because he's going to get some. He's going to make some splash plays. Okay, with his legs, and I think he's going to throw a couple. Start him. He's going to score some points for fantasy.
Okay. All right. I say sit him. I don't think he's going to have a great game. It'll be an average game. Under 200 yards, maybe another 30 rushing. I don't think he'll have a touchdown pass. I say sit.
Now, you said that's an average game, but if Pickett does that, he's ready for the Pro Bowl.
Never said that. I never said that. I said sit him. I never said he's ready for the Pro Bowl. Stop, Jim. And listen, there's a difference. Huntley's in the league 4 years. Kenny Pickett, he's still in his rookie year, Claudio.
Puts up those kind of numbers.
You broke up a little, Claudio. You broke up. We didn't hear the last part.
I think you're doing something with the tech because every time I mention Pickens, I break.
I put something in the system. Every time you start slandering Pickett, your volume goes out. All right, Claudio. All right. Let's go with Ralph. Enjoy your day. Be safe. Steelers 17, Ravens 14. Okay. We have to beat the Ravens at least once this year. Game is going to come down to who gets off to the faster start. Yes. Whose defense can turn over the other team's offense. All right, let's go to the receivers. DeMarcus Robinson, one of their top receivers. What their best receiver, Bateman, is done for the year. Claudio, sit or start him?
I'm going to say sit him.
Sit him? Okay. Jim?
Start him.
Start him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to say I'd sit him. I don't think the passing game is going to do a lot of great work. I'm sitting most of their receivers. All right. And then we have Devin Duvernay. I would start him. He returns punts. He returns kickoffs. They use him a lot of ways to get him the ball in the running game and also short passes and long passes. I think we're going to have a little trouble with him. I would start him. Claudio.
Start him.
Start him. Jim?
What's that brother's government name?
Now you said, here you go with saying that's not his name. Hey, Jim, you got in trouble locally when you said that about somebody's last name. Let's not start that again, Jim. I'm sending you out to Southern Columbia.
Oh, that's gold, Luke. But I would start him.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a solid game, man. All right, guys. Now, any bold predictions before we go to our last segment? Bold predictions, Smokin Jim?
I think the game's going to come down to coaching, and the better coach is Harbaugh. So my prediction is Baltimore Ravens 35, the Pittsburgh Steelers 13.
Jim, don't you get tired of being wrong, brother, with those wide scores? Come on, Jim. Man, you got 3 losses in a row. All right. Keep your streak going, Smokin Jim. All right, Claudio.
You know what? Steelers will get out to an early lead, and then the second half they fade, okay? And a lot of that is coaching. I agree with you. Adjustments. I do think the Steelers are going to pull it out, but that's we'll get to the predictions in a second. But I think they're going to start off okay, especially the first couple drives. Then they fade, and Baltimore will make the game of it. If it was, I'll get my score in a minute, but that's my prediction for that part of it.
All right, my bold prediction is it's not really that bold, but all right, let's see. Terry French says Drops was going to score his first touchdown all day. Dang, you took my bold prediction. All right, let me go with another bold prediction. I think George Pickens, he wanted the ball. He's going to get the ball. I think he can get 2 touchdowns today, maybe 1 pass and 1 with a jet sweep. And bold prediction is you're going to use at least 6 jet sweeps. That's really not saying much. At least twice a series. But Pickens is getting 2 touchdowns this week. They're going to do what I said and throw it up to him at least twice a half and let him make a play. Because Peters, you can get him with a double move all you want because he's always looking to jump for an interception. And now he doesn't have that make-up speed like he used to have. 2 touchdowns for Pickens today, breakout game. All right. We got a couple more comments and then we'll do our predictions. I got Terry, first touchdown today. All right. Yeah, you took it. You took my guess, Terry. All right. Final prediction. Let's start off with Claudio.
I'm going to go opposite of Jim on this one. I'm going to go a little bit of a low-scoring game, a lot of field goals, a lot of close to the vest, making dunks again. Pittsburgh 18, Baltimore 16.
Jim, you already gave your score. Do you want to reclaim your time and give a better prediction, or you're satisfied with that 35-13?
Satisfied.
Oh my gosh, Jim. All right, listen. I've been right for 3 weeks in a row, and I'm going to be right again. Ravens offense struggled last week against a lesser defense. We're a much better defense. True, they'll have a week of practice with Huntley, but we're going to win this game 20-13. Kenny Pickett will do just enough. Go get 2 touchdowns to Pickett one way or another. And Boswell's back. Now, we can't – hopefully it doesn't come down to a kicking game because they have the best kicker maybe in modern-day NFL history. But I got us 20-13. Steelers win their 3rd in a row, and I look a lot better than that crackhead you said I was coming back from the DR, right, Jim? Terry Fritz, 27-17 Pittsburgh. Yeah, me and Terry are neck and neck, man. I agree with everything he's saying, man. Appreciate that. Guys, I want to thank all the comments, Terry, Ralph, Eric, Frank, Boxing MMA. Listen, we're going to have a great game. Everybody have a great Sunday, and we'll check you out next week. Make sure you check out the Boxing Authorities, Claudio Rosano, and SC Sports World. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.